It's summer at the Change Course podcast, and if you've been a longtime listener, you'll know that summer means special episodes. I'm thrilled to be bringing you some of the best conversations that I had on my video series called Change the Conversation. Now, you're just going to hear the audio of these conversations, but if you wanted to check out the video, you can. It's easily accessible on our YouTube channel. So, for the summer, I hope you enjoy these short episodes that are focused on critical topics in change from change leaders who are just like you. And while we enjoy our summer and recharge our creative batteries, I hope that you'll join us for this series of special episodes. We look forward to seeing you back in the fall, and I hope that you have a great summer as well. I'm Natalia Loback, and this is the Change Course podcast. I've spent my career leading complex change and transformation in organizations. And over my career, I've discovered what makes complex, transformational change stick. Connected change is all about leading successful change within the context of the organization. And here at the Change Course podcast, we're all about making change sustainable. So listen in, drop us a like, a comment, and let us know how we can help you connect and change. This is Change the Conversation. I'm Natalia Loback, founder and principal of Chart House Advisory Services, and we're back with Stephanie J. Marshall, who is an alignment coach and the founder of Kickstartology. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
So as you can probably tell, we're actually filming these on the same day. You're only seeing them a week apart. So it is kind of funny when we're like, hi, I'm so happy to be back.
I often find that I accidentally wear the same things on the same day of the week. So it could have been different.
I mean, it could have been different. I'm always wearing the same things. So you just never know. Something we just talked about in the last episode that I wanted to dig into a little deeper is the importance of vision. So this is where I start to get really excited, because when I'm coaching people, and I mean, I use the word coaching lightly because I'm not really a coach. I am, a change advisor, but, part of it is really helping people understand the importance of that vision, that change vision. Where the heck are we going? I always like to say change is the destination. It's not the process. The process is all the emotions that you go through. We talked about that. If you didn't listen to the last one, you better tune back. But change is that destination. And Steph, tell me a bit more about how vision plays a role in the work that you do and how important it is.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to start with a little hashtag science fact that blows me away every time. So I work with my clients, and at first I'm kind of like, well, what do you want big picture? What do you want your life to look like 5-10 years from now? What do you know? And also at first, some people are like, I have no idea. I'm like, well, what do you know? A quick example is I've never met somebody in the history of coaching who's like, I'm hoping to be less energetic in 10 years. So maybe I'm going to let myself go a little, right? Nobody ever says that. So we can always start with, do you want to feel good? Do you want to have good habits at that point? They're like, oh, yeah, okay, right? And then we go from there and we build on what we do know. And what's critical about that is you need to figure out an idea in your mind that you can viscerally connect to. Now, again, you're coaching high-level CEOs. A lot of them are like, okay, enough with this feeling shit. Let me just get this done. Am I allowed to swear?
I'll blank it out.
Thank you. Sorry.
Don't worry. Go ahead.
They're trying to get all these things done. They're like, I don't have time for feelings. Can we just deal with the problem? And I'm like, not yet. You're going to get a lot faster results if you do this big picture. But here's the science fact I want to share that blows me away. They did this study. I forget who right now. I can send you the notes probably after this. And they did on 8 different continents. And it was done on heroin addicts in prison trying to quit heroin and top level CEOs trying to change some habits. Okay. Wow. And what they found is that 95% of the people who create lasting behavioral change begin by viscerally connecting to an idealized version of themselves.
Amazing.
Right?
Like, yeah, it's incredible. And like, that is like when you're trying to figure out the change that you're trying to lead, that vision piece around what do you want that organization or that group, that environment to look and importantly feel like, right?
And you know what? Actually, I'm going to go one step further. It's not even so much what do you think it should be. Part of the whole exercise is what could it be like, right? And it's using your creative energy and imagination, which is a different part of the brain than the one that's just trying to do the math of the how. And believe it or not, those two parts of the brain, they can't be on at the same time because one, they suppress each other. So we need both to come up with the best results and to get the fastest results, because you're going to need the other side to get into action and get there. Absolutely. You can't live in it's not fantasy land, but you can't live there. But you need to go there you're going to get much faster results if you start with that piece.
It's so true. And, I like something that you talk a lot about in terms of the alignment. When I'm looking and leading change in organizations, it's exactly it. If you know that vision and that you understand where you're going, that North Star is guiding you, everything else falls into alignment. And
I'm just going to share our first law of alignment, which speaks to that. And it's what's cool about this little piece of advice. You can't do it with denial, okay? But spend more time thinking about what you want than what you don't want. It's a complete game changer. And the first part is you need to know what you want.
Exactly. And for people who are looking at change and intentionally leading change, whether it's in their own lives or on behalf of others, you're not focusing on all of the negative things. You're not focusing on escaping, or you shouldn't be. Like, you shouldn't be focusing on, we don't want this result, so this is why we're changing. Yeah. You want to be focusing on, we're changing because of the possibility, because of the opportunity, because of the positive things.
I love that. And that's not to say that you ignore the things that don't work, because clearly that would be a problem, right?
Yes, exactly.
But when I say spend more time thinking about what you want, that's the key. And it sounds so simple, and it sounds like we're frolicking in the fields happily, but it actually isn't. And it's a habit that will change your life. And it sounds so easy, but it's actually kind of difficult for most people at first.
It's amazing. And, it's one of the things that had a real impact on me, Steph. So I thank you for that. And for, anyone considering, taking a deep dive and really working on yourself, I can't recommend Steph enough. So you are so welcome. You know what, I think that is where we're going to stop for today, but I am going to invite you back for one final conversation. Thank you so much for being here today, Steph.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard, I invite you to like, share, rate, and subscribe, because it helps others find us. Change Course is brought to you by Chart House Advisory Services and ConnectedChange.com. Our music is Levity by Emily Clausen. Show notes have moved. We're now at ConnectedChange.com. So visit us there under the Change Course podcast page, and you'll find a list of all the resources that I've mentioned here today. While you're visiting us, sign up for the Change Navigator newsletter. You'll keep on top of all things change, and every month we are sharing exclusive content and resources only with our subscribers. So don't miss out. Sign up at ConnectedChange.com. Thank you for listening, and remember, it's never too late to change course.